You'd be surprised about, yes, the title says it all. I know, I know, I know. Honestly, I wasn't really gonna pick up the series, but I've been hearing about the series in the community and many others, although not many would recommend it to me, would never recommend it to me to give it a shot, but I've heard a lot of people talking about it, especially my friends in a certain community that I became a part of. And later, eventually, I started this week to actually watch Darling in the Franxx. And what do I think of it so far? What I think of it so far, I guess it's not too bad. And honestly, I think it's like a simple setting in a certain sense, and it, it was pretty slick. Anyways, when I watched episodes 1 through 4, like on Monday, if I remember correctly, it was just a slight introduction to our characters. Some of them became total A wipes, honestly. Some of them are becoming like fun to have and see around in each episode. And of course, eventually, I couldn't catch up yesterday because like I had other things to do, and of course, I was just a little bit lazy. But today, since I took a break from the gym, which I always do for every Wednesday at least, I decided to catch up on it. Eventually, I caught up with the latest episode up to date here and there, and when I watch certain scenes here and there with our main characters having to interact with one another and starting to understand these kinds of feelings coming to them, because they were just raised as like tools of war, honestly, and that is a pretty much simple fact. These kids were raised from a young age to becoming tools of war to help humanity out due to a post-apocalyptic age, and then like they have to find a way how to survive, and they always fight these things called cloxosaurs or something. Cloxosaurs, yeah. And another way to fight them is to use these like what you may call it, FranXX mechas or something. And of course, like there's this one girl that's so different from the rest, but eventually fits in. Of course, there was also this other girl, which is Ichigo. Honestly, I'm really glad I started this series very late to understand the situation, because if I remember correctly, episode 15, so many people were so salty about Ichigo. And you guys know who I'm talking about. The blue haired girl who's given like what, code 015 or something? And Hiro was like the protagonist who's like code 06016 or something, which he never had much gifted what you may call it, piloting skills of a FranXX, because of situations where 02 and Hiro actually met as kids, and end up understanding why. And I know there's this time, like I said, episode 15 is where a lot of people had so much salt. Well, I think it was episode 14. Yes, it was episode 14. There was a lot of people with so much salt. I remember I heard people talking about it and being so infuriated. But if you even understand the situation from all the way back and until now, you will understand why Ichigo became somewhat of a jerk and why she's being like overprotective or over freaking out or overreacting. Because honestly, if I was in her shoes, like I said, I would be doing the same thing. But things kind of gotten tough here and there because 02 had a nice personality, but eventually when she showed her true colors, it started to become very distasteful. And we all know there's a reason why to that. If you ever kept up with the series from episode 1 to the latest episode, you understand why she acted that way. But eventually she turns over to a new leaf, honestly, etc. And yeah, like I said, 02 was like what, a foreign alien or something, or just like an outsider to like the entire group, such as like Ichigo, Hiro, Goro, Kokoro, Miku, Zorome, Mitsuru, Ikuno, and Futoshi. She was nothing more than a treated outsider by Ichigo, of course, but eventually, after coming to episode 16, etc., she started to have like to fit in after all that has happened and done. So pretty much, if you guys really want me to summarize things up, what is this series mostly about that you're caught up with? most likely it's happened in a post-apocalyptic age where things kind of gotten really tough for humanity themselves. They have to travel around in these giant ships around Earth and have to fight out these Cloxosaurs in these mechas called FranXX. And in order to pilot these things, you need like 2 people to do it. Most of the time right now, what I saw so far is like you need a male and a female to possibly work together, interconnect or connect with one another, and fight these Cloxosaurs. And eventually, like our main cast managed to get to a certain location, which kind of cost them a lot, but eventually made it there, etc. And after watching to the latest episode, which is on episode 16, I gotta say it was pretty slick. But at the same time, right now, it's already like giving me despair and sadness. Those guys who are up to date with Darling of the Franxx, etc., which I managed to catch up today after starting it on Monday and then watching so many episodes up to the latest one today, I was like, oh my gosh, man, how is this gonna stop? But yeah. Anyways, what do I think of this series? I gotta say, it's not too bad. I think it's pretty cool. Although, like, people overhyped it so much that I decided to give it a watch here and there. And I thought, like I said, it's pretty cool. It's okay. And I like the development that's happened to our main cast because, like, although, like I said, they don't know these feelings at all. And I really wish I should have gave you guys a warning ahead of time. Like, there's gonna be some major spoilers, but, you know, didn't think so well, and I just want to get this video done and over with, you know? And, yeah, I just like the development for our characters here and there and how much they have grown from the beginning of the series until now. It's got me to really appreciate and having to love them so much. But right now, after watching episode 16, which is the latest one, I'm already having despair and sadness along the way, which we'll have to find out eventually. So until then, I think that's about it. Like I said, those of you guys who became salty about Ichigo, just understand the situation, alright? Not gonna lie, although I really wish I could have started this series like long time ago and then just watch it with everyone else, having reactions, giving you guys my thoughts and my recap and my own hypothesis and theories and analysis, which is not really may be accurate, etc. But some reason part of me is appreciative that I'm glad I started the series late to understand the situation and scenario very carefully. Because honestly, if I were in Ichigo's position, I would have done the same thing. So yeah, that's about it. Like I said, series is okay. It's pretty slick. I'm looking forward to the next one, and guarantee, like, I'm gonna start doing recaps now, even though, like, I am very, very far behind, but I caught up today, etc. and so forth. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, right? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!